Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lala Gabor the Beat Stitcher, and today I'll be teaching you guys how to make this super cute, extra chic, mini DIY bucket bag. You can do it right at home. This is made with 100% vegan leather, so no animals were abused or mistreated to make this video. Okay, so for the pattern, the long side of the bag is 7 inches and the shorter side is 5.5 inches. In the middle is the 2-inch bridge. So you want to sew down both sides of your purse, of the squares. Sew both sides of the squares together. Make sure you back tack, guys. So you want to open your purse and stitch down the corners. Anything you do to one side of the bag, you must do to the other side in this tutorial. And if you are working with thick leather like I was, you may find it difficult to sew the corner because it's super thick. So just take your time, don't break any needles, and work your way over that big hump. I decided to go back and do it multiple times. I think I did it twice because I just wanted to secure that the corners would not pop out when I put things in my bag. And if you find that, your stitches don't come across the bump, just make sure you go back over it and try to stitch from the other side. See, this is what I experienced here. The bump was a little thicker than I intended, so my stitches skipped over the bump. So I just started where the bulk of the bump was underneath my presser foot, so it would make it easier to jump the bump, so to speak. So now that that's done, you just want to push your bag in and make sure your corners look nice and finished. So now we're going to start with our tassels. The tassels are 17 inches long and 10 inches down. You'll be using 2 for this particular bag. I normally use a leather adhesive, but since I ran out, I'm going to use my glue sticks. And super glue. So you just roll it inward. Make sure you're paying attention to the top of your tassel because you don't want the cone effect. Make sure all your layers are rolled nice and uniform. I did not record myself securing the end of the tassel with an overcasting stitch, but I did do that once the glue dried. It was super difficult because the leather was thick. It had a lot of layers, so it kind of made it difficult to get my needle through, but I used pliers because as seamstresses, you want to save your hands. Repeat the same steps for the second tassel. Okay, so now we are focused on the hand strap. I just had a brain fart. You want to secure the two pieces of leather, so you're just going to stitch down both sides. Okay, so now I'm doing a visual marking of my hand strap where I want to place it, just to make sure everything is like even. And this is a very difficult part of making the handbag. Not so much the measuring, but the actual punching of the leather puncher. I know some proper terminology, but to actually get the leather through the punch was difficult. So once all your holes are on your bag, you want to work with your drawstring strap, which I used a piece of leather. It was 33 inches long and a half an inch wide, and I just turned that into a half. And just take your time getting this through your sewing machine, because I feel like it would be too difficult to put pins through this little piece of leather, being tough and it being small. Tough as in texture. And just feed your drawstring through your holes, making sure that you have two corresponding holes in the front of your bag so that those strings can come out at the same point. Now I got these purse loops from Joann's. I'm just going to wrap my leather hand strap around it, and then I'm going to stitch this down. I left enough space so that the purse loop wouldn't be bumping against my presser foot. Just measure visually to make sure that they're even. Okay, so a mistake I made when rolling my tassels, this little loop I would have put on the inside of my tassel and then rolled it up in the tassels. But because I missed that little step, easy fix is to just stitch to each side, if that makes sense. I'm trying to figure out how the best way to explain that. And you see, and because I'm wrapping this piece of leather around it, I don't have to worry about my little strap not being on the center of my tassel. It'll still look nice and neat and uniform. Once you finish gluing your piece of fabric around your tassel, you want to finish it off with an overcasting stitch to make it look professional and neater, and to secure that fabric so that it won't unravel and your tassel won't be ruined. So what you did to the other side, I'll do to what I did to one side, I'll do to the other side. So I'm just going and stitching that little strap I used to secure my tassel to the purse loop. I have to be extra careful because it's such a small piece that can be kind of tricky. So I already have one side done where I attach my straps via these oversized jumbo studs I got from Hobby Lobby. They were on sale for $2. Using your pliers to really push your prongs through the leather is very helpful. Line up your other jumbo stud. And I found it helpful to push it through the first layer of the handle. Let me rephrase that. I found it helpful to push it through the first layer of leather before attaching it to the purse, because it made it easier to push the prongs through and to secure them to the other side of the bag. Now, I highly recommend after you attach your jumbo studs to go back over your bag with some needle and thread to further secure your straps along the same seams as you stitch down the sides of your strap, just to secure that your bag strap does not pop off. And there you have it. The bag is done, and it was so cute. I was so excited about this bag when I finished it. I couldn't wait to wear it. I couldn't wait to put an outfit together. Actually, we're not done just yet. I'm going to adorn the straps with these jumbo silver beads. And just knot off the end. And thank you guys so much for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions about the pattern making process, feel free to ask them. And stay tuned for the next video. Thank you so much. Once again, subscribe, like, comment.